Everything I said tonight, I meant. Everything I meant for your learning, guide you where your focus should be, and to remind you what you're here for and the length of time that's going to be needed for certain things to develop. But you will do well to listen to everything I'm telling you to do and do your best to do it, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels like it's unproductive or counterintuitive. Remember, you're coming to me to learn. I know how to do this. I'm proving it in a degree that nobody else is going to be able to match. Dave, a reminder, I'm going to be expecting you to call every single 1 minute candle. 5 handles as a starting point, I think is realistic. Let me know in your opinion. I mean, even if you don't think it is, if anybody says they don't think that 5 handles is a good starting point, like a training wheel operation for a target for a new student, if you don't think that's a good thing, say so. But folks in the community, don't don't blast them. Be respectful, and ask them why if they don't want to divulge that in their response. Preferably, they should. They should say, I don't think it's a good idea to look for 5 handles initially as a first target as a developing student, and here's why I believe that. But if you believe that 5 handles is practical, something that is reasonable, that's not too high and lofty, and it makes sense to have something like that to be a first rung of the ladder in terms of experience to strive for, let me know that also as a reply to me posting this Twitter space on my feed. This reply to that post, and let me know if you think 5 handles is practical and it makes sense for you to see that as a first rung objective. Because I think it's practical. I think it's something that you'll see form pretty easy and frequently over the course of a week. I mean, you have lots of opportunities to see that form. And if you're trading with one mini, that's $250. And a lot of you young guys and gals, and maybe the older folks that are, on Social Security, you don't work anymore. And if you just got one trade with one mini, that's 5 handles. That's $250. I'm certain that $1,000 extra a month would do a whole lot. Maybe you're on medications and prescription medicines, and maybe your insurance doesn't cover everything. There's a lot of things that could be out there that would cost you a lot of money right now. And if you can pick up an extra $250 a week, and that's all you ever was able to do, that's not failure. That's not failure. And it's not Lamborghini. Okay. I know. And that's exactly why I've taught the same way all the time. Practical. Practical. Everybody that turns this industry into get rich quick, they are fraudulent, because 99% of the people that are telling you they can do this can't. And whenever they try to, it's interesting to see how they fail. And the people that are teaching practically how to do this, I think, are the ones that are more prone to be able to do it. And I'm just trying to be an old fuddy-duddy ICT. Nothing about image, just the bare bones, the brass tacks, where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to take this and make money with it? And if you can alleviate some major bill, or maybe a part of one bill each month, and that's your first experience in profitability, and you find it consistently easy to do that, and you slowly, not quickly, slowly build up to eventually getting half of your bills paid off for the month, and then eventually replacing what was required in maybe one or two jobs to get your income covered. Now you can get it entirely from your trading. So now you've doubled your income. So the next step is to triple your income and save up $200,000 of your own money, not $200,000 in funded account, $200,000 of your own money. And then have a respectable amount of money for trading in yourself, your own money. And you can hold on to these funded accounts if they're still allowing that to be a thing. But you have to have money in the bank before you consider leaving your job. Just because you made a lot of money in your funded account and you had a 6-figure withdrawal, that's not an invitation to quit, because $100,000 is nothing. Like, that's nothing money. For some of you that find it as a first big windfall victory, it's life changing for you, but it's not going to last forever. I mean, shit, you can buy what, one car now? I mean, most cars are so over, when we get the cars I like. But the point is, it's a lot of money to some of you, but it won't last you a long time. And you don't want to quit your job and lose one stream of income and put pressure on you because you have not fully adopted the mindset of, I have enough money. I don't have to take a trade right now, which is what would happen if you are undercapitalized, ill equipped, and don't have the experience. You've been doing it for too little time. If you stop working and you now place all the emphasis on doing what? Taking a trade. Whereas if you're working your job, you can afford to take a loss. Your mental capital is a little bit higher in equity than that of if you quit your job, you don't have money in the bank. Why do you need $200,000? Well, chances are most of you don't have a $200,000 a year salary. Most of you probably don't have $100,000 a year salary. So it's given, in my mind, at least like a 2-year padding of not needing to have the bill money made right now. And it gives you time. It gives you a cushion. And then you have a respectable amount of money to trade with. What is that? My opinion, 100 grand. And now you're thinking, oh, this puts me right at the whole ballpark. No, it doesn't. You're trying to quit your job too quickly. You're going to have to fucking work with Carl for a little while. It's the way it is, man. Okay. But there's coming a day, if you do everything I'm telling you to do, you have the advantages of getting there. You're not being promised that. But if you do all the things right, you're going in the right direction. If it takes you 3 years, what's the alternative? You're fucking working with Carl. You're going to work with fucking Carl. So just put your nose in the books. Okay. ICT book right here. Every day we're writing a new chapter. Every week it's a new volume. All you have to do is keep showing up. You will get fresh bread and you'll grow stronger over time. You'll get more experience. And when this happens and you finally find yourself, think about it. You think these people I'm going to interview, they're making big money. They're getting 6 figures. I guarantee you, when they first started trading, that was only a dream. They couldn't see it happening. Now that they've done it, they know it's possible. They don't have that fear of, I wonder if it could. It is fucking happened for them. They've done it. Some of them done it more than once. So now they what? They're desensitized to it. They don't see it as an impossible thing. Whereas right now, you think it's impossible. Everything's impossible until you do it. Everything. Everything. Everybody told me I would never figure this shit out. And I probably figured out some stuff. And you'll figure your own shit out too. But quitting your job too quickly is one of the worst mistakes you're going to make because you're going to place so much pressure. More than if you were trying to live stream trading. Because you can get up there and say, no, I'm not going to take any trades because you can get stage fright. And just don't take any trades. But you can't not take trades when you don't have a job. And the only means of income is you making winning trades. If you don't have the experience of knowing what you're looking for, knowing it like the back of your hand, and you know that you're going to find a setup, I know I'm finding winning setups next week. I know. Do you know that about what you're doing? If you're honest, do you really know that? If you're honest and you say no, that's not weakness. You know what that is? You're being practical about yourself. You're being practical and realistic with your present aptitude and skill set and the lack thereof. You're not already trying to do something or thinking highly of yourself without having the ability to do those things. You're literally on the right track if that's how you think. Because you're being realistic, you don't think that you're going to be able to do that because it's not practical for you right now. It's too early in the game. It does not mean that that's how it's going to be. You're never going to get it. It just means right now you're still in development. You're under construction. And I am turning you into a savage. you're going to be a bad motherfucker come November. And maybe you don't talk like that, but you're going to be a bad motherfucker. Let's just be honest. You're going to be a motherfucking savage. You're going to be able to look at these charts in short order, very short order time. You'll know exactly where it's going to go. Yes, I fucking said that. You're going to know exactly where it's going to go. And you're going to have multiple ways to approach getting in it. That's empowerment. That's what the outcome of this year is going to be. And you're seeing proof of it every single day that we get together. These things repeat. I'm calling shots. I'm calling where the market's going to go. All you have to do is study it and then let the process of being there, observing it, even if it's in hindsight, if you can't be there when I'm doing it live, watch the recordings or add the tweets to your chart afterwards and see it. Your eye will be trained in observing it.